Hey y'all, it's Danielle from Black Business Boom and Black Owned Nashville, and we are live with Staci Coleman, our industry expert in all things real estate, and she is here again with us to talk about choosing the right real estate agent. And it's so important, in the Black People Making Moves group, we see folks come all the time and ask about, does anybody know a real estate agent? And then you start seeing like hundreds of people tagged, and so we know that there's an abundance of agents in the area, but every agent is not right for your individual situation. So Staci is going to give us some tips on how to go about finding the right agent for your situation. That's extremely important. So let's jump on into it, Staci. What's the first thing that you should consider when you're trying to choose the right real estate agent for you and your family?
So what I would say would be the first tip is how experienced is that agent? As an agency, in general, we have new agents and we have veteran and seasoned agents, is what we call them. But in this market, you need a seasoned agent that knows how to negotiate, that knows potentially the person on the other side of this deal. But having experience is key right now to negotiating, which is what's being done.
I muted myself. There we go. Oh, that makes perfect sense because it is such a difficult market. We're seeing folks that are getting, outbid and these cash deals coming in, and they're swooping up all the houses. So having someone with experience, I think, is definitely important. But even at Arbitrage, you all do a great job at really grooming and training your new agents and mentoring them, which is one of the things that I love about what you do. So even though they might be a newer agent, they have a more seasoned team that they can lean into in order to get the help that they need if they need to negotiate or, whatever situation that may come about. So I think that that's really important, even as an agent, in choosing the right agency. Making sure that you have that type of support is important as well.
Absolutely. With new agents, having a support system and having a broker that you can actually call, text, or email and get a response very quickly is always key. But our new agents, they're hungry and they're eager and they want to help you, our community, to build wealth. So that definitely helps. And they're doing their own thing and they're holding their own as well. So not having, you don't have to just get a seasoned agent. A new agent is just as well. It depends on their support system.
I love it. I love that. And so one thing I didn't really know is that there are different agents that specialize in different things. And that's one thing I've learned in working with arbitrage is that you all have folks that specialize in working with new home buyers, with first time home buyers, with folks that are veterans or, can use some of the specialty programs, with folks that are interested in being investors. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, what are some of the, particular situations and how to go about finding an agent that, can really help you to take advantage of all of the programs that be available for you?
We have a very diverse group of agents here at Arbitrage, and we all specialize in different things. Not that we don't all service all listing, all sellers or buyers, but some of us actually have niche markets. So one of my agents, which is Verlon Snell, he is a retired veteran. So he specializes in all things VA for veterans, first time buyers that are teachers and your frontline workers and things of that nature. I have another agent that deals with nothing but investors and buys and flips. I have another one that does new construction only. I have another agent that basically she does all things first time home buyers only with them. And then I have another one that does move up buyers. So, and myself, I deal with a lot of estates, divorces, more of the things that most agents would consider to be problematic. I have been able to navigate that, short sales, foreclosures, things of that nature. So all of us specialize in different things, as well as just your everyday buyers and sellers. We do have other niche markets.
I love that. What are some of the benefits in working with someone who has a niche? Like, why do I need to, or should I consider working with someone who specifically has a niche?
Well, what it is they've gone through some extensive trainings that make them kind of the experts. So, like for me, with the estates, I deal with a lot of probates and divorces. So, my network with attorneys and how to navigate like the court systems and what they need, that helps me stand apart. And I know exactly what the courts need. So, it makes it very easy for the transactions to flow. So that's no different than other agents in their own niches. It's the education and the time that they put in to learn and build their craft so that they can service that specific community very well and know that they have someone that's an expert from beginning to end.
I love that. But where do you get started? Like I said, a lot of folks, like when I bought my condo in Chicago, about however many years ago, I don't even remember how I got the agent. Like I think I just was on Google and just like he was like, whoever comes up and can help me, I'll take them. So how do you actually get started with finding the right person for you and actually vetting them to make sure that they are the right person for you?
I would always say, yes, Google is our friend, and so is TikTok now. TikTok University is our friend. I would say Google what you're looking for. So, like for us, when you Google minority owned real estate firm in Nashville, we're going to pop up. You want to be able to work with someone that you know, like, and trust. Those are the most important things to start the process and trying to find the agent and interviewing more than one agent. Just because you find them on social media, whether that be on Instagram or Facebook, and they're doing a lot of deals, they may or may not be the best fit for you. So I would say interview a couple of agents, see who you resonate with, see who you have a connection with, and then kind of try to build that trust from there.
I love that. And someone else was just talking to me about interviewing your agent. And I think that's so important. Just in any professional that you work with, a lot of times we just, take them because they're popular or, they may have had good reviews. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're a fit for us. Or they may just be a friend of ours, we're trying to support them. That doesn't mean they're the right person for us. What are some questions we should be asking or some information we should be prepared to present if we are interviewing, agents and trying to make sure that we're going to find the right person?
A few questions that I would probably ask if I was going to interview another agent is, how long have you been in the business? That would be my number one question. Do you have partnerships with lenders, home inspector, termite inspectors, anybody that you would need in the home buying process? What is your office support? Do you have somebody that you could ask a question to in the event that you need to, or problem solving, things of that nature? What is your marketing plan if you are a seller? How are you going to negotiate the best deal for me? If you are a buyer in this market, you want to be able to just ask some of those key things. And then, what do you do outside of real estate? Believe it or not, a lot of people resonate with you with what you do outside of what our careers actually are. So you have other things to talk about and build relationships on. Real estate is a relationship based career and industry, and we want to do business with people that we know, like, and trust. And some of that comes from the things that we do outside of real estate.
Yeah, I like that. And it's a very intimate relationship. Like this
Mhm.
person knows everything, has to understand who you are as a person, what you like, what you don't like, what your financial situation is. You're divulging a lot of information to this person. So you have to make sure that you are extremely comfortable with them and that, like you said, that like, and trust that person. Now, if you happen to end up in a situation where it's not so favorable, because I've heard from folks that they're like, I'm working with this person and they're non-responsive or they're not doing a great job in negotiating or finding potential buyers if I'm a seller. What do we do in that case? So if we're in a situation where we've committed to working with someone and we find that it's not a great fit?
That's a hard one, a little bit, Danielle. And it really just depends. If you are the buyer and for some reason or another you and the agent of your choice are not seeing eye to eye, I would say be as transparent as possible. Have a conversation. And in the event that that conversation is not going well, you can always reach out to the broker for that particular firm and ask for a release. If you have the listing, it kind of works the same way. You want to first have a conversation with the agent, and then if you can't get any recourse there, then you want to go ahead and reach out to the broker for that firm. But please know, in this industry and in this particular market, just because you're not winning offers if you are a buyer doesn't mean that the agent is not working for you. Look at the big picture. Is it financing? Is it the amount of earnest money? It could be a number of different things that could be happening is why you're not getting your offers accepted. And if you are a seller and you're not getting any offers, we may need to look at changing up the price or staging or things of that nature. So make sure that you're firing the agent for the right reason if you all are not, seeing eye to eye, not just because you're not getting your offers accepted or the home didn't sell in 5 minutes from the time that it went on the market.
Yeah, you know what? I think these days, especially with selling, like people just expect it's going to go on the market, it's going to sell because it's a hot market, and people just are looking to buy. And so you get irritated and frustrated when you're not seeing the same results as what you're hearing, other people are seeing. So that's a really, really great point. But I think, really doing your due diligence up front and making sure that you are going with someone that you truly do know, like, and trust, and trust, that they are doing the best they can do and have the experience, the support team, all of those things in place, and another thing you said that I think is really important is understanding who their network is, because we see a lot of folks, now they need an inspection done, and now they're coming to Black people making moves and asking for inspectors instead of being able to go to their realtor, and say, and they kind of handle all of that because they have a strong network. So I think that's a really important part in having someone who is seasoned or has a strong broker, strong team that they work with, because you don't want to be in a position where you're now having to put together all of the pieces, and find all of the people when this person is getting paid, to help you.
Absolutely. And it's hard, Danielle, when you don't have an agent or realtor that's working for you, not just with you, for you is the key there. So then you tap into their entire network, and it's just they like everybody that I work with, they know what my expectations are, and I don't accept anything less than excellence. And I want it to be as streamless as possible. And those things are important because this is most people's biggest purchase that they will ever make in their life. And however this process works is what they're always going to remember.
Yeah, I mean, and they're gonna tell people whether it was good or bad. So,
Absolutely.
and I mean, it is definitely frustrating to be a buyer and be like, okay, well, this person, they literally all they did was get the home sold, or what, and now I'm trying to find the inspector. I'm trying to get the loan done. There's no relationship between the lender and the real estate agent. It's just a lot. There are a lot of moving parts, and so having someone who can truly support you through that whole process, I think, is really important, because it can be a very frustrating process, especially in the market that we're in right now. So
Absolutely.
I love that we have Arbitrage, a minority-owned, woman-owned business here, right in Nashville, that's here and has agents that have these different niches. So you don't have to worry about, does someone understand how to work with veterans and VA loans, or, the first-time home buyer programs. We have a brokerage that has agents that are here to help you. So tell us, how can we reach out to Arbitrage if we have questions, if we're trying to find the right person, or if we're just trying to understand more about the process and get ready to buy? What's the best way for us to reach Arbitrage Brokerage?
You can always DM us at Arbitrage Brokers, either on Facebook or Instagram, or you can just go to our website which is www.arbitragebrokers.com, and we'll be more than happy to help you. There's agent profiles there. You can reach out to the agent directly, or you can just contact the office, and we'll basically go through a consultation with you and match you with the agent that we think will best suit your needs.
I love it. Thank you so much, Staci. This was amazing. You are a wealth of knowledge, and we greatly appreciate you. I'm just honored to have you on the team and to have you and your team supporting our community and educating us. And like you said, what could be one of the biggest purchases, what will likely be the largest purchase we'll ever make in our lives. So having someone that is there to truly support us is really important. And I appreciate you all so much for being part of the industry expert team for Black people making moves. And we look forward to seeing you and your team again next month.
That sounds good.